Hi there everyone, welcome back to another black powder update, quite a quick one comparison. Basically before you I have my completed 3rd Regiment of Middle Guard. As you can see, they now have their colonel or their Marsheal de camp in the ranks, and I'll give you a closer look at him. Finished him off today. I did a little bit of work on the horse yesterday. And today I finished off the horse and the figure, and got them all based and varnished and everything. Really nice figure, this guy. I sort of fell in love with him as soon as I saw him actually on the Front Ranks site. He's basically, there's only like one guy. He's basically the mounted middle guard officer. Obviously this guy is a Marsheal de camp, which of course I have explained before. Basically this guy would normally be a colonel, but because he's Imperial Guard, he gets the one up rank, so he goes to the next rank up, which is, I've kind of forgotten whether it's Major de camp or Marsheal de camp. I think it's probably Major actually, but it's basically like the equivalent of a sort of, well, I suppose would today be a sort of a Brigadier General that would be normally be in charge of a brigade. But the French don't actually have a specific rank for a Brigadier General, so I guess that's what Marsheal de camp comes in. But yes, so that's basically, so more or less this guy's basically a colonel, but he gets that +1 rank because he's in the Imperial Guard. And as you can see, he's on a bay horse this time. Really nice bay horse. This was painting bay horses the way that I do them is actually pretty simple as well. I think it's a little bit simpler than doing bay chestnuts. It's a little bit quicker. It's very simple. It more or less uses. Let's think how many. I think it only uses like. You can basically get away with using like 2 browns and a little bit of red leather at the end. But I mean, soon enough I'll probably do a little another little horse painting video, and perhaps when I start doing my my dragoons, I'll try and do like a bay and a grey in the same video, because I can do the bugler horse and the bay horses, because I think I'm going to give those guys mostly bay horses with maybe a few chestnuts mixed in, so that would be a good time to actually do another horse tutorial and show you how I paint those particular types of horses. But this is just basically more or less a straight up bay. He's got black tail and mane, but he hasn't actually got any black markings. He's just got like a little tiny sort of motted white sock and a little bit of a head marking, but other than that he's all a kind of a probably mid chocolatey brown, not a dark bay, but at the same time not a super bright one either. But yeah, I think he turned out pretty cool. I really do like the figure though. I think he's awesome. He's got his Legion d'Honneur there. Yeah, so that is the colonel for the middle guard, and as you can see, they're standing there in their splendour. We have the 1st battalion here, which I'm just starting to transfer up now. Just get them out of the way. It's getting to that point now where you start to get excited for finishing the first chunk of your project. I always remember when I first started, it was a really great feeling when you finished your first brigade, and I've got to say that feeling is still there today. So I just need to make a little bit more room. So soon enough I will probably do a... in fact, actually I might as well just wait. I mean, basically what I'm waiting for is that second battery of cannons to come in. I ordered them from Wayland Games purely because I wanted to get them cheaper. I didn't really want to pay £12 a cannon from Warlord Games plus postage. And on Wayland you could get the same guns for like £9 something each and free postage. So you're actually saving yourself quite a bit of money there, but certainly over a tenner. Plus the biggest thing for me ordering those was to have just slightly different looking gunners and cannons, although obviously the cannons are probably going to look more or less the same, but I wanted kind of different looking gunners because the second battery, the first of which I've actually done today, and I'm going to show you in a second, the second battery is a marine battery, so I wanted them to kind of stand out a little bit because they're basically, to all intents and purposes, they look exactly the same as a normal Imperial Guard gunner, and I wanted them to sort of stick out a little bit. That was the sort of the way that I kind of decided upon making them stand out. So let's get the artillery pieces in. So this is the, let me tell you, give you the blurb on them first. Oh, actually, I forgot to tell you who the colonel was, didn't I? So the colonel is Major de Camp Baron Paulvet de Morvan of the 3rd Regiment Middle Guard. Okay, so artillery. So these guys are the 5th Company Old Guard Field Artillery, and there's actually nothing in about who's actually in command of these guys. So I may well have to make somebody up because I like to have people in charge of stuff. So here we go. I finished these guys really quick actually. This is one of my standard batteries. I kind of went for 2 guns, mainly for budget reasons. 1 gun is just not enough, and if you do have to use a small battery, then you can use 1 gun. And the other thing is, some of you may ask, why do I have 1 cannon and 1 howitzer? It's because it gives me the choice of which to use. So, like, you know, if I wanted to use a howitzer and I've got 2 6-pounders, then theoretically, by the rules of black powder, I wouldn't actually be able to fire a howitzer. But by having 1 of each, then they're represented. Although, in theory, a battery is made up of 5 or 6 6-pounders and 1 howitzer anyway. So the howitzer is actually a very, very small part of the actual battery. But here we go. So these are both Perrys. I'll give you a closer look at them. We'll start with the howitzer actually. So this particular howitzer, the crew are, I think it's called getting ready to fire. So basically what's happening is this guy is basically turned around and is covering his ear. This guy is stood to the side. A little bit unrealistic because in theory he should be like kind of over here, but the base is a little bit too small. When I do my field artillery like this, I use a 50 by 100 base, which is perfectly fine. It's small enough. It's about as compact as you can get for an artillery crew. But the good thing about it is that it's kind of big enough to space the crew out and put them in almost the correct positions. I mean, like I say, ideally these guys should really be just standing by the side of the wheel here. But obviously concessions of the stand, I've just kind of got them, you know, they're about to basically take a step or 2 diagonally behind the wheel. And they got the guy ready to give the fire order, and you got the match guy ready to hit that powder port or firing hole to fire the shell. So, and as you can see, the green I use for my cannons is, let me find it. Here here we go. I use, no, that's not it. That's the one. So these are basically the two colours that I use. So we have Italian Tank Crew and French Tank Crew from the Panzer Aces range. I use this to mix in with a little bit of this to lighten it. This is actually, it's strange because it looks darker than the French, but the French, when it goes on, is actually darker than the Italian. I don't really know why that is, but maybe it's just because this has obviously got a lot more brown in it than the Italian one. But this colour is apparently spot on. I remember posting a question about it on when I was going to start my very first French artillery piece. I posted could anyone give me a good colour to paint French cannon in, because I knew they were a very odd colour. And the guy that spoke to me, I can't remember exactly who it was, but I think it was that Stephen Summerfield, I think it was, perhaps Dr. Stephen Summerfield, who's obviously that guy who's just about to bring out a book on the light infantry or something at some point. But I remember him coming back to me, and he basically gave me like the ingredients, the actual sort of mix of paints that they would actually use, and he said that the closest colour that he could come up with today, because there's not really any sort of actual matching colour around today, was he basically showed a picture of a Char B1, which of course is French Tank Crew. So that's basically why I use it, and I've got to say it's a great colour. So let's go move on to the next gun. So here we have the standard 6-pounder, and this one is actually called priming. So basically what's happening is the crew have just finished loading the cannonball. He's finished ramming it down. He's running to get to his position behind the wheel. This guy, again, because of concessions of the space on the stand, he should really be kind of there, but which is where this guy's going. And then we have the torch guy sort of waiting for this guy to finish priming, and then it'll be ready to fire. And then there's the actual battery officer in the background there. This guy is a front rank. Really nice officer figure. I've actually got another one of him on my next front rank order to use for the marine battery when those actually finally come. Yeah, so that's basically the sort of the story of the positions. But yeah, again, really nice cannon parries, quite nice figures, and of course a great officer from front rank. Just give you a quick spin, and I'll just go back to the howitzer and give you a quick closer spin of that as well. And that'll be, actually these guys really didn't take me too long to do. I think I literally finished them in like 2 days, and I suppose you count a little bit of timer today, but I was basically forced to stop because I kind of ran out of light on one day, and yesterday I kind of left it at the point where I'd just based them and stuck the flock down, and I kind of had to wait for it to dry, so I kind of had to stop it. And then this morning I literally just stuck some tufts on. So more or less they should have really been finished yesterday, which would have mean they would have been finished in 2 days. But yeah, as you can see, again, this is obviously Perry's. Really great. I do like Perry's guns. I suppose the only thing that, like I say, the only thing that kind of phased me this time around from just getting another one was the fact that I wanted, because it was going to be Marine and not Imperial Guard, I wanted to just stand out a little bit by basically having different looking figures. Because like I say, to all intents and purposes, in fact, actually, I mean, I don't even know if the buttons are the same. To tell the truth, they might well even be. but the uniforms are exactly the same. I'm sure probably perhaps they had anchors on their buttons, the Marines, but they basically use the same gear, same bear skins, same jacket, same trousers, same sobriquets. Yeah, so that is the howitzer and the 6-pounder of the, is it the 5th Company Old Guard Field Artillery. So that is the end of this video. I'll just give you a quick view of what's next up on the block. Decided to just separate from the norm a little bit because I'm waiting for those cannons, and I've got my my foot companies of Marines coming. These guys, there's 18 in total. The actual Marines themselves were basically 3 small companies of around about 150 to 200 men. And they're kind of, I mean, according to the Warlord supplement, they kind of seem like they're sort of like almost like assault engineers, or they can be, you can pay some extra points to make them into assault engineers. But I've always kind of liked this particular unit, the Marines, so I'm really quite looking forward to having them. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the 6 bases of 3 men per base to make up the 18. So like two stands per company, which I suppose will kind of work out if there's like only 3 men on a stand. I mean, I suppose in theory they should only really be 1 stand of 4, but I do like to sort of try and keep my things a little bit uniform. So plus, I mean, this, according to Warlord, this is it was actually like a deal. It was like a Marine battalion, and it had like the 18 men because it was basically a command pack and 2 packs of normal Marines. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to painting those actually. So that is the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Not sure exactly when I'm going to be back. It all depends on how fast these Marines paint up. I might come back and kind of perhaps do a full Imperial Guard look over, because obviously this artillery battery completes the Imperial Guard's section of the army. I suppose actually, if I just move these guys up, I'll just take the camera off the tripod again, and I'll just do a little quick overview and save me basically doing another video and saving you guys having to watch another video. And of course, when I get my 2nd gun battery and the brigade commander completed, I'll actually do a proper division overview. So here, in not particularly amazing light, this is the 1st Battalion, or the 1st Regiment of Old Guard. These 2 here with their colonel, and obviously the artillery battery. And here we have the 2nd Regiment, so there, and just behind the middle guard there, and of course their colonel there. Okay, so that's the end. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you all. Let's get the camera focused. It's not going to, is it? Okay, I'm just bring a Marine in to get it focused. Come on. No, it's not liking it. Anyway, blurry camera. Catch you all next time. Catch you later. Bye bye.